Hello everyone and welcome back. I am the James with the Games and welcome back to being part of the missing members. And welcome back to Wild Arms 5, if I can get my entire thing to load up properly. There we go. And you also may notice on the bottom here, my character levels are a little ridiculous at this point. There's a reason for this, and it's that I kind of wanted to go ahead and show off the bonus dungeons before finishing the game. Problem: the bonus dungeons in this game are a little ridiculous. And in fact, you may notice that I'm literally right outside the abyss here. I've went through all 4 of these. And I'm going to say right now, you didn't miss much. I will be going through these again once we get into the final dungeon here. But I'm not showing this off right now, partially because of the fact that, okay. Of these 4 dungeons, I'm going to use Teleport Orb to show this again. There's Costatus, Inferno, Tartarus, and the Abyss. Costatus is by far the easiest one. Inferno's a little bit more difficult, but it's relatively straightforward. The bigger thing with Inferno is that there's actually a really cool puzzle in it that means that you have to figure out how to actually work the thing in order to get further in the dungeon. And I loved it. Tartarus is when it starts becoming painful. Tartarus is in essence a gigantic maze with nearly identical rooms, and getting into Tartarus is easy. Getting out of Tartarus without doing the final dungeon is a pain in the arse. I managed to get in to all 3 of these and defeat the Soul Niger and get out. However, when it comes to the Abyss, I'm going to walk into the Abyss and just show this.
We're going here next.
This is weird. My viewer count isn't updating in the bottom corner of this thing here. That's kind of odd. I'm going to walk into the Abyss and bring up the map. One, 10, 19, 28, 29, 30 rooms. These rooms are identically shaped. Identically shaped. To the point that you can get very lost here. Like, extraordinarily lost. I could not find my way to the actual Soul Niger in the Abyss. I gave up. I legitimately gave up. Oh, I just realized something. I don't have stream avatars up. But what's weird is that the grinding for this, I basically did on Tuesday, and I've been busy with Zeth trying to make a character for Besem, and just understanding more about the entire world setting, etc.
Time to bring out Asgard.
So yeah, I should have been streaming more, but I haven't, which frustrates me. But also, another funny thing that's happened to me in the past week is that Oh, there's a new island over here. Okay. Aha! Soon as we set foot on this island, it's time for a boss fight.
Time for a special skill, Asgard. Here we are.
Gigas Crush. Move forward. Gigas Crush again.
Special skill. Eat this. That's the only
Move.
place.
Hyper on your sub. Why are you putting it on a different thing?
There's no need to panic.
Wow. Please, please, for the love of heaven, actually start. Hydro pressure, good.
Special skill. Eat this. That's the only place. I'm ready for you now.
I don't think this kills. Nope. It's so hard to actually kill Asgard, it's ridiculous.
Try out a special skill. Eat this.
And that is Midgard defeated. Oh, I forgot to do something first. We actually need to head back to Lila Bell and go into the black market. Why? Well, it's because the fact that I've used up all of my duplicators. Yeah, I'm at 0. The game legitimately has you run out of duplicators if you open up every single chest you come across. This spot is where duplicators usually go. I always seem to walk down the up escalator when I come here. Duplicator. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's enough duplicators for right now. Okay, now we can leave. Find it weird how the ones on the ones like on flat ground work properly, but the stairs don't. Head to Mythosphere. Use the ocarina, dang it.
Time to bring out Asgard.
Also, I will say that for the most part, most of the stuff in the bonus dungeons that we can get right now isn't that interesting. Like, the reason that you go to Costatus first is that it has the 6 best armors in the game for your characters. Because it's literally one room with 6 smaller rooms connected to it. And each one of those 6 smaller rooms has an armor containing the Cromwell, the Virtuous Guard, the Goddess Breath, the Seed of Eden, the Shamil. I really have no clue what this name comes from. And the Metal Suit. If you haven't noticed, like, my badges have been, like, all over the place. Oh, yeah. It's weird, because if Greg's the first character I got to level 100, and I'm like, wait, I don't need the hidden badge on, do I? I'm like, no, I just lowered him to level 90, you dork. Let's see here. What do I have equipped on Dean? I have the Sky Medium. Go to the Luck Medium. Yes, the Luck Medium. Oh, wait. No. And I made additional Seraph Stars, but I don't have enough to make another Seraph Star yet. I could trade in stuff to the black market to get another Seraph Star right now, but I don't really want to. What was I gonna equip? If the warrior has the first turn in the battle. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I think this is literally the only full carrot you get in the entire game. I must have found it in one of the dungeons. Oh. No, it wasn't the marksman badge. It was the catch pole I wanted to equip on these 3. And some elder records. Catch pole. Elder record. Fish. 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 Okay, let's head into the final dungeon. Welcome to Tower O. And I probably should have started streaming earlier today, but I didn't. And honestly, I don't know if Will's going to show up for D&D today. What is this, a welcoming party? Yeah. The 4 TF system towers were protected by the 4 sentinels, Volsung's highest level subordinates. Judging from that, it's likely that Volsung himself is guarding this tower. Looks like he's glad to see us. And I suppose it's just sitting up at the top tower just watching. Well then, let's put on a good old show. Watch this, Volsung! And immediately getting into basically a mini-boss fight at this point. I'm also kind of sort of pushing this game to its limits because of one of the things that I learned is that after beating the game, you can do a new game plus. You keep all of your equipment. However, you also get an experience multiplier, meaning that all of your experience is doubled. If you beat the game again, it increases to ×3, then ×4, up till ×10. You realistically are not supposed to go ahead and do the bonus dungeons until you get that multiplier up to at least ×2 or ×3. And weak to water, but you steal full revives from them.
You can run, but you can't hide.
No. Rare steal. Two full revives.
I'll stamp out each and every one of you.
Heavy crush. My spirit in response to the alarm.
Well,
Rare steal. Another full revive. Kill you.
Sorry, but there's no warmth left here.
I can't lose this.
Nope, no continuous shot activation. Rare steal. On you.
Whatever you've got, it's mine now.
Normally I see Will up by this point in the day, but he hasn't gotten online, so I'm like, I don't think he's gonna be here. Another full revive. Press you.
Sorry, but there's no warmth left here.
I'm still standing. Gotcha.
You want to start something?
Bang! Alright, time for round 3.
Okay. Okay.
What's
Rare steal from the one that has 2 in it.
Whatever you got, it's mine now. Ooh,
We didn't steal from one of them. Oh well, they're still getting killed.
Sorry, but there's no warmth left here.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna make sure to start the counter this time in case I do die. Steal from I.
whatever you got, it's mine now.
4 revive.
Stay calm.
I like stealing full revives because of their honestly kind of hard to come by, and if Rebecca dies, it's virtually my only way of getting characters up into combat again.
Anything for me?
Don't worry, you'll thaw in a year or 2. We can't be satisfied with enemies like these.
Level up for Avril, Carol, and Chuck. This is crazy. At this rate, we'll be stuck here forever. They're sprouting up like mushrooms. Well, in that case, how about we split up? One team take care of the monsters here, one to head for the top of the tower. Sounds good to me. 2 teams of 3 should work well. Dean, who will you take with you up the tower? Huh? Who decided I was going forward? If not you, then who, Dean? Yes. Yes, after all, there's a big wall waiting you at the top of the tower. Yeah, thanks. Well, let's see then. Who'd take with me? Okay. That made me panic for a moment there. I'm like, are you going to load game? We can only take 2 people with us. Who are we taking? Let's just take Rebecca and Avril. Because if Greg can hold down the fort here. I'll go take care of the TF system. Hang in there till I get back. No problem. I won't let anything get past here, so go take that thing out. Thanks. I'm counting on you. Alright, time for a little showing off. Just try and get past me. Another boss fight. Oh wow. Again, I love the designs of these guys. Only 25,000. You got more experience from the last fight. It's weak to earth. There's no earth hacks.
Come on. I'm ready for you.
Oh, there's two of them. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, you're weak to oh, you're a clone of this one. Heh. Ah. I finally got it out. Or at least part of it. Eh. Nothing. Alright.
Footwork's real important here.
What?
Let's go! Eh. Does fire change to earth or does water change to earth? Fire to earth, okay.
Let me teach you a thing. All right, I'm headed over there.
Heavy crush.
Stay down. You look good on the ground.
Here's Tierra. Another 17.8 thousand damage. Let's just do reinforce on ourselves. Ow, Carol died. Heavy crush. Excuse me, what? Okay, I'm like, why does it not show that I'm doing damage? Alright, full revive, bring back Carol.
I'm still hanging in there.
Take some ibuprofen while I'm at it. No, I haven't taken any yet today. Actually, you know what? Intrude. Heavy crush.
Stay down. You look good on the ground.
Stay down, you look good on the ground.
Let's rush him.
Heavy crush.
Let's bury him. See if something useful grows back.
Oh. Hey, Sam.
You got the game.
Hi, Seth.
Yeah, I have to go and recruit a bunch of people on Friday that can play 5 Fortress Deep. Now you know.
Something about 5 Torches Deep.
Yes, I'm running games on Friday at 5 Fortress Deep because you got real life friends and I have to hang out with other people.
Okay.
I joined the Yun Sin server and don't be sorry. I shouldn't bother you every day, all day. On the Yun Sin server, my boy Ryan was trying to make an expansion for 5 Fortress Deep. So I joined a one-shot that his friends were running on, like, way deep in Saturday. I'm like, you know what? This system looks cool, so I'm gonna run a game on Friday. So it's something to do on Friday night. And just run a generic version and see how that goes. So, here we go.
Alright.
That's my master plan for Friday. But yes, don't worry, I will always reference the Jimmy Jam being the fog champ in every game, or whether you're there or not, if that makes you feel better.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm like, aww.
And like, I'll have a guy named Will who dies the first session every... No, okay, I won't do that, but yeah. It's Will, he's dead. The eternal me. Alright, I gotta stop doing that.
It makes sense. It's Will.
And it would make sense, but no one will get the joke unless they met Will. That's the problem with inside jokes is, you know, they're kind of rude unless everyone's inside it, you know?
Open the Duplo chest.
Alright.
Dragon fossil. The other one?
So, when are you gonna go buy 5 Torches Deep and come hang out with me? You know, actually, I'm not gonna make you buy anything. You bought too much lately. But yeah, this is basically what Papa Bear should be running on Saturday game. It's like they took 5e and dumbed it down to old school stuff, so it's made specifically for Hexcrawl. But you're not a superhero, you're just a guy. There's only one class per person.
Watcher's eye reflects the soul that passed by. Newborn souls glow with a fierce red flame, while those returning to the afterlife are wide as a clear blue lake. When all is done, the Watcher softly closes his eye. Okay,
So what, you gotta have something go from red to blue? Oh. Everyone's combat.
Combat! Vive for...
You know, if it wasn't for combat, I'd forget that you have a bunch of people with you, because they never say anything.
Well,
But that's pretty much every JRPG.
I was waiting for that line to come up.
Yeah, it's just like... Where are all these people? Oh, they're in my pocket. They show up when combat happens. Same with the bad guys. It's just like, we have like 5 guys in our pocket and come out. Okay.
It must be done.
Alright. So, have you seen any of those horrible Isekai animes where like one guy has like 100 slimes, or one guy has this, or what horrible Isekai anime have you seen so I can parody it and have them attack?
Isn't a harem anime and an isekai different?
Yes, the Isekai, you go to another world. A harem anime is just a bunch of girls are romantically interested in the same guy, and a reverse harem anime is a bunch of guys romantically interested in the same girl. You don't have to have magical powers in it. You don't have to have other worlds in it. There are a bunch of them that are around where it's slice of life in modern day, or they may have like a gimmick like ninjas or something like that, but they don't take place in another world. Now, when Isekai came out, a lot of copycats started binging it out, and one of the cheapest ways to make a thing was, oh, well, yes, he's in another world, but he's OP, and he gets all these cool girlfriends to make a harem anime, too. This is pure wish fulfillment. There's a lot of Isekai wish fulfillment and people going out there with this. It's cheap in how studios make money in this crap. So, a harem does not have to be Isekai. There are a lot of Isekai that have nothing to do with harems. A lot of harems that have nothing to do with Isekai, but so many people trying to make a quick buck has merged the two. But I'm like, I have like 20 different guys that can parody and bezel them as isekai protagonists and bring them in and have you fight them, but I realized something. If you haven't seen the anime and are annoyed by it and not annoyed by it or don't get the reference, there's no point.
Yeah, the first one that I can come to mind is honestly Inuyasha.
That Well, the girl was the isekai.
Yeah.
And that was before the term isekai became popular. And Kagome is annoying, but if you want to fight a Kagome-like character and her demon boyfriend, Inuyasha, or half-demon boyfriend, I could do that. And they have a bunch of people hanging out, but they're just friends. No one's romantically interested. That's not a harem.
Yeah, I was just referring to Isekai in the first place. I'm trying to remember what the name of it bloody was, but there was a manga that I read way, way back when.
You can just describe the guy in the plot to me, and I'll probably figure it out.
It was a reverse harem.
Okay, so there's a bunch of guys after one girl.
Yes, the girl's the one that is the one who gets Isekai. I'm trying to remember. I keep thinking, do you know the concept of like the 4 constellations that parody the 4 winds in Japanese culture? I only remember one of them's Shenbu.
Like the 4 heavenly kings?
Yes.
Yeah. The 4 heavenly kings. That's kind of like when there's a demon lord, they base the 4 heavenly kings off of that, his 4 generals, but it's actually the 4 constellations in Japanese culture. There's like a dragon, a turtle, a tiger, and something else. I remember the turtle was Genma. And, like, Shendu's the dragon, right? Or he's something, but... Yeah. That's, like, a running theme in a lot of Japanese and Chinese things.
Yeah, the girl was, like, the savior for one of them, and her goal was to get like the 7 warriors of the Heavenly King, but one of them dies, so she has to get the other 3 holy relics in order to return back home, or something like that.
Okay, I have never heard of this. I mean, where can you pick a popular guy anime, you know?
Again,
Doesn't
this
make
was
everything
like
hard.
over a dozen years ago. This was when I was in college.
Well, this isn't recent Aseki trash. This might actually be good. I mean, Aseki trash. Okay, I'm gonna give you some plot ideas of what trash Aseki I see. One guy is the MC, but he's also a monster tamer. And he is the most, but because he's a monster tamer, he tames like 10 slimes. So that's all he could find. 10 slimes bring him to a church and give him a book to become the Sage. So now he's the most powerful spellcaster in the world, but all he tames is slime, so he's 1,000 slimes. And maybe 1 wolf. And he just goes around saving the day with his OP magic. That was an Aseki power fantasy. There's no harem in that. There's like maybe 1 girl. I could do that guy. That guy's easy to do. Another one was...
How are you supposed to do this?
I mean... have you seen Konosuba?
No.
Well, go watch Konosuba, you rube. It makes fun of all the different tropes. Like, the basic thing is the guy gets Aseki. He's usually some Japanese guy who gets reborn into a new body, and he tries to either use the knowledge he has from his past life to make a bunch of money in Japan, to introduce new concepts, and I will lead a slow life, and he always wants to join the Adventurers Guild, get a decently high rank, make a bunch of money, make a bunch of girlfriends, and dick around. And this usually wrecks the normal economy because he just goes around slaughtering tons of things and all sort of stuff. And he may or may not fight the Demon Lord. And usually, bro, like, it's a power wish fulfillment fantasy for most Thrasher Seki for guys, or a girl if it's based on a girl. And when you get to, but if you think about it from the people that live there, these guys are horrifying because they're OP, no one can stop them, and they just like fuck up the whole economy and fuck up everybody's lives, and that's it. And the idea was you were supposed to stop these guys, but you never seen a fucking Aseki anime, so you don't relate to the concept at all. I'm like, well, there's no point in me trying to put in the jokes and whatnot because you're like, I mean, I'm probably better off just having an Inuyasha parody for you.
Yeah. Also, good grief, that last puzzle was annoying.
Oh yeah.
They timed that to be
and
like...
Will, my god, I mean, Will watches Bleach and all the super anime, but I don't think he watches the Seki. If he did, he won't be annoyed by it. So now I have to completely change my title page.
Okay.
I want to throw Will out. Damn, I need him. But I still have that Scarlet Heroes game ready to go, but I don't think you ever got to sit down and play a game by yourself with just you and me.
Well, it's more right now that I still haven't had the time to actually print the dang thing out.
No, we both know what's wrong, Jimmy. You're too popular. You have all these people needing your attention at night. I know.
I doubt it. Alright, finally out of that daggone section with the stupid torches. 2 holy berries. Continue on Oh, what are you? Oh, a magnetor.
So I'm super excited for Black Hole QT. Now, should I open up the ad or just keep it to YouTube? Because
Besom?
I want 3 players, or 4 players, but I don't want someone calling me a nigger again because they can't blow my.
Yeah, even I thought that was uncomfortable.
It was like 11 something when I
Ooh, find a start.
we all gonna put no black people on the fucking ad. That's racist. That was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Next time they make a guy, I'll just let them do what they want. My dad's like, well, just let them do what they want, watch them get killed. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't want to sit there and put 5 hours of work in making this guy's entire supporting cast just want to get killed in the first place. My dad's
I find
"You
it
should
funny
probably just do that,
how I made a character that was better than what either of them made, and you still said you're going to die in the first fight.
I'll move.
That's because you didn't wear armor. You had a low health pool and other shit. This guy, he put everything into abilities, but he didn't know how abilities work. And he made a sword with like 10 abilities on it, so it didn't have any damage to it. I explained that to him. He's like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, your ability to hit things is only... See, he added the 3 attributes, but didn't divide. So he had like a fucking 9 to hit things. I'm like, no, you have a 3, because you're supposed to divide.
Yeah.
And then he added all this other shit. It's just like a mess. So it's like I recover 25 health every round because I have maxed out recovery. I'm like, yeah, but you only have like 40 health when you get hit. And then you have an Empiric to steal more health. I'm like, bro, you only have 40 health. What the fuck good is that gonna do? Because you're getting health every round, and then you're gonna try to steal more health, but it stopped. And he's like, whoa. I just threw the guy out. He's a hot mess. The brother had 3, 4, 5 as the attribute. I used a ranged fighter. He's like, I use gun. I'm like, bro, this is a fantasy thing. You can't use gun. He's like, well, I stole a gun from an isekai. They thought they were the isekais, and now we're fighting the isekais. I think fighting isekais is too much of a fucking...
Confusing concept for people.
Yeah, because I'm watching animes about it, and it looks cool, but I forget people are dumb.
I kind of have to admit that, and this is no offense to anyone who watches this in the future, this generation of people has got to be one of the single stupidest generations in the history of this planet.
Yes, but every last generation feels it about that about the next generation. My dad felt that about my generation. And then he met this generation, and we blew him out, and they blew us out of the water. But yeah, I feel the same way. Sometimes it's just... It's not that they're dumb. It's that they don't
They
want
lack
to
common
pay
sense.
attention or put in any effort. Like, no common sense and no effort. It's just... I'm pretty sure if he sat down and did the math, and I mean, he's like, yeah, I don't care I'm gonna die in one hit, because I got regeneration. Regeneration don't save you. I don't care, I made my guy. It's more like, I think the guy didn't want to be proven wrong and wanted to run his concept than anything else. I found in mutants and masterminds,
People want to play their concept rather than be told how the concept doesn't work.
yeah, I think I want to... Even if the concept doesn't really fit the game that well, I mean, he had all this stuff to fight demons, and I'm like, bro, you're fighting humans. This shit's not gonna work.
But yeah, I think we learn from failure better than being told what we created is a failure. Also, the trap.
You know what?
What?
Yes, and that's why my dad was like, just let him fight, get killed, and learn his lesson. But I'm like, he has like 20 different mentors and all these other shit I have to build just for him to get killed and throw it down the toilet. I don't want to do that. That's my problem with fucking doing this is Bedlam, you have to build everything by fucking hand. Every guy, every NPC, everything. Heads up, a lot of people are not going to have stats unless they're important to a fight scene or important to a role. They're just a face and have a character presence.
Yeah.
And if I have to throw stats on them in the presence, I'll just slap them 5 on them. Because it's just so fucking much to make a sheet. You see how it is.
Oh,
But
I
that's
kind
the
of
same process for everybody. Even the NPCs. That's just not the player character.
Yeah.
They're all made the same way. They just have less points.
Fair enough. The traveler reached the
Or
land.
more points. Instead of counting points, you just throw down a bunch of attributes you think fits the concept and move on.
Yeah. Facing the setting sun, the traveler began to yell, a powerful cry that shook the lands about him, calling for the spirits to guide him. The traveler continued to cry out even as the sun rose from the east, gazing down on him from above before setting beneath the western horizon once again. When the following morning came, the traveler had exhausted his voice, but still he refused to give up. Gathering the last of his strength, he called out once more, a short, weak sound. At last, the guiding spirit answered, showing the way forward. Is it me, or does this game love esoteric puzzles?
It does. I thought, like, Wild Arms in general, like a lot of esoteric puzzles. Does this one stand out as the most, or?
Oh no, there was a puzzle in one of the towers that had like 6 different plaques for it. And all of them were like, what the clock is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember playing the Wild Arms with Virginia. This wasn't a puzzle, but they had an actual freaking novel, well, short story about this guy who came from another land and hanged out with a vampire and shit like that. And you read this book as, like, the guy with the green hair to his kid in chapters as you found them. And I remember getting more involved finding the chapters and reading this novel to the kid than the main story of the game sometimes. It was a really good novel to me. I'm like, I want I don't know.
Oh no. 1, 2.
You ever have that problem?
Yeah, I have had that happen.
Yakuza encourages that a lot. I played more in freaking baseball, fishing, and other side games in the Yakuza franchise than the main story. I can't even admit it. I was more invested in that. More invested in becoming the claw machine pro. If I had to have speak in Yakuza, it was to beat those damn dance games. Or karaoke games, and that's it. That's all I want help on. I want to get a perfect score in karaoke by cheating. Because in the book, Jericho can do karaoke. There's like 1 or 2 songs he's good at. He's the idol singer. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna probably let you go back to your ex adventures and do stuff like that. So, you know, nothing anime.
Finally!
Good. What's the last anime you watched?
You're too far away to understand right now, Zach.
What's the last anime you watched, bro?
I've told you this like a dozen times.
You're gonna tell me a dozen more times. I have the memory of a goldfish.
The last anime I watched was Monster Musume.
Okay. I'm not doing that.
I know that. I'm saying that because if I've told you this like 10 times.
I watched, like, I read the manga. So have you watched any sort of battle anime?
I watched Inuyasha. I watched Bleach. I read One Piece up until, like, I believe, like, Kuzan.
Have you seen Spy Family?
No.
Have you seen any fancy anime or manga? I will let you use the manga. Besides Inuyasha, you say that. I know Inuyasha falls in that category.
I read Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't think you've actually read or watched an isekai anime, period. I mean, the typical isekai they have nowadays, where the guy drops into the world.
I
There's a
haven't
demon king in the
watched an anime in
background.
like a decade.
He has to go fight that. Well, go watch something, you schlub. Don't tell me you can't. You're sitting there playing a video game right now. You can belt out an hour and 3 episodes right now. If you really wanted to, just go to Crunchyroll and watch some stuff. God. Alright. So, basically, whatever I'm working with has to be from 20 years ago.
I'm sorry.
This is it, Jude. This is why you and I get along, because I like stuff from 20 years ago, but I'm like, oh, well, that explains a lot. Alright. It's not a bad thing, because a lot of the stuff back then was I liked it more. I wouldn't say
It
they're
was
better.
higher quality.
I've seen some high quality stuff recently, but it's rare. Like Spy Family, I adore.
Oh.
But it's not fantasy.
Actually, I take that back. The most recent thing I've seen was the first season of Sword Art Online and the first season of Attack on Titan.
Okay, Sword Art Online is more like isekai, I guess.
I watched the first 2 seasons of D. Gray Man. I watched Blue Exorcist, but I remember none of it.
Yeah, I saw like a couple episodes of that. I don't remember it.
Yeah, the Blue Exorcist is really weird because it had a really awesome concept, but like, it would not stick with you.
Yeah. I read Chainsaw Man, the manga, and then they made the anime of it, and everyone loved it.
I watched Future Diaries, but I didn't see much of the first half of it. I saw mainly the last half of it.
Crazy girlfriend, everyone has a phone that predicts the future.
Yes.
I saw a summary of that.
I watched Bits and Pieces of Higurashi.
Didn't see that. Okay,
It's a horror anime. I'm not surprised. It really freaked me out.
Okay, so who do you want fighting you as your big back? Because my parodies of existing isekai tropes, like the guy with the smartphone who does everything through his smartphone and has no real skill of his own. It's a kind of cloud, you can even see that. The super mage who has a bunch of girls following him around because they want to get with him and get his genes isn't really gonna fly with you because you didn't see that one either.
I watched Mahoromatic.
The pet monster trainer that fucking... I forget the anime right now. I'm pitching you ideas, and let me see if anyone can call out to you. The pet monster trainer who is like... he basically has cool monsters, but he can also sword fight because it's anime. I don't know, man. I was like, a lot of these guys are tacky when I think about them. But pretty much every isekai from any of these animes are gonna be 100 points. and that's why you need a team of guys to take them down. And we're like in the mythical realm, and some of them are just really strong solo guys, while other of them are like they're not strong themselves, but they have like a ton of companions to help them out.
All right.
Which would you rather fight?
Is this meant to be a starting thing or a big bad?
This is going to be the monster of the week. My original campaign was you track down and kill a different isekai every week, or every 2 weeks, and that was the thing. And then you figure out where they're coming from.
Okay. So is a starting concept...
You don't know isekai at all.
So as a starting concept,
sorry,
I'd say slap on whatever you want here. Because of...
Okay, I mean, because you don't get the concept, you don't really invest in it, you want to do your storyline, I'd maybe just, like, go balls deep into that and have you...
No, honestly, it'd probably make sense to have, like, a random isekai show up for the first week, and then basically, like, the demons get a report of, oh, we see a Baromet's killed the guy we sent to this realm. What? Okay, everyone, we need to go ahead and prepare an invasion force. Just like, all hands on deck, all hands on deck.
Alright, so I'm gonna go build this guy now. Alright, would you be mad if I just gave him like a fucking cannon and everything and can throw fireballs and leave it at that? Because the most generic isekai without a gimmick is Dragon Quest. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story. I think I told you this before. Oh, should you be reading this? Should I shut up so you can read?
No, I kind of want to read this. Despite the ruler's quest
Alright, well go ahead.
over countless battles for greater and greater strength, he was at last destroyed by a power even greater than his own. But lo, after crushing blow rained down upon him. His crown was shattered, his throne was cast down, sword's blade broken, his seal dashed to pieces, and so his reign came to an end. Okay. Bring out the power shot. I need to check to make sure I'm facing north. Power shot on you. West, south. No, dang it. Now I have to reset the dang puzzle. The aiming on this thing is so ridiculously finicky.
Alright, well, should I go back to my rant, or do you want me
Yes,
to wait till you're done with the puzzle? Okay, back to the rant. So, where was I?
10 in every stat, throwing fireballs.
Okay, so, the very first... Okay, in Japan, Dragon Quest, where literally 4 adventurers, a hero, and 3 adventurers party up and take out the Demon King, happened in the 80s because it responds to D&D, and they tried to make a video game version of it.
That was Dragon Quest 2, but yes.
Right, yeah, 1 and 2.
1 was just a single
One-
guy.
Yeah, 1 was a single guy, 2 and so on, they have that, but that game has been ingrained in Japanese culture so much by this day and age that almost every manga, when they do a generic fantasy world, it looks like Dragon Quest with the serial numbers filed off. There is a Demon King, there is the hero who gets summoned in, and the Isekai is usually the summoned hero to fight the Demon King, which is a bit of a twist. And then they gather a party and go slay the Demon King. And that's the generic setup, but that is so generic, everyone makes their own twist on it.
Best position.
Ah.
to keep the show interesting. But like one, the isekais I had prepared was he was that guy who brought modern guns into Fantasyland and brought with modern firepower, like a Call of Duty nut or a first-person shooter nut. And I was gonna have that guy show up, but
Ah.
I mean, that was one idea I had. Another idea I had was the generic hero from Dragon Quest was the generic isekai. He has a bunch of dramatic powers and swords, but it may be a party or maybe not. And he's just going to fight the Demon King, but there's no Demon King in Icarus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just fighting monsters and shit. And they're like, bro, you can't just run in there and start using your awesome powers to wreck everything. And that was the other idea I had. But the third idea was, like, this guy, instead of fighting, he's trying to bring all these Japanese concepts to Icarus. And they're like, bro, we've had a Japanese guys before. We know what shogi is. We didn't like it. Quit trying to sell us it. We know what chopsticks is. Quit trying to sell us chopsticks. We know it. We don't like it. Stuff like that. But I have all these great ideas, and I'm gonna toss them all out the window.
Those are. I actually love most of those ideas, but it'd be like Act 1.
Man. Dude, you're gonna have a demon in a business suit complaining about how you're ruining his schemes. Because if they are okay, look, if they go all out to kill you in an invasion force, you're gonna die.
That
Bowser can't directly go into Icarus for the most part, and the Asari can't directly go in there. Usually work through proxies and middlemen and summons and shit like that. Maybe little demons can sneak in, but there was not gonna be like, oh no, this girl showed up. We need to send an invasion force to Bassaroth. That's not gonna happen.
not. I don't mean like a huge invasion force. I mean enough to go ahead and potentially quash it, but late enough on that it's not going to be like quashing us like bugs.
Too bad. I'll just have to figure something out to see how this plays. You making up this whole Mary Sue character throwing me off. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it's anime. I know everyone wants to be a Mary Sue when they're on their own accent. No one wants to be just a gal.
I didn't think that I made that much of a Mary Sue.
Okay. Maybe Mary Sue isn't the right word. You're like, I'm the most important person in the show. Everyone cares about me because I'm this legendary creature that shouldn't exist, that someone made exist.
By accident.
By accident, so things. Maybe Mary Sue is like plotline, and I'm a sheep. No one else knows about the sheep people, but I'm a one-of-a-kind thing. But everyone thinks I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, and the demons fear me. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, say it out loud like that. That's what you are. Yeah. Does that sound like a Mary Sue? No? Okay. But what you really need to be is the head of the goblins. Sorry, I gotta stop. I just like saying goblins.
You do like saying goblins.
I do. I wish I could have a goblin fucking game, but I can't because no one wants to be goblin. Last time I ran a goblin game, everyone has to be where's the orc variation. They don't play orcs. Get the fuck out of here. You laugh, but I'm serious. I ran I was trying to run a hobgoblin campaign. I said you'd be a hobgoblin or a goblin. Everyone's like, well, where's the orcs? Because there's no orcs. He goes, well, I don't want to play. And they left. Ugh. I don't get the gab. Oh well. Alright, so I need a new job, apparently.
Aw.
Yeah. They told me they're not going to tell me anything till Monday, because that's when the guy gets back.
Okay.
So instead of doing my work, I'm sitting around depressed bothering you.
Ooh, a chest. Blank medium. Oh my goodness, we have 5 tablets. Well, let's start with the one in the center. The guardians of the door sleep in the corners of this room. Recall your travels through this land and wake each with the powers you hold. Use the power granted to you by the guardians to face me. You are truly worthy of that power. The path forward shall appear. I am the unyielding ruler.
Oh my god. A foreigner just said, I was confused what Hooters was, but now after research, I think it's just the American equivalent of a maid cafe. I'm like, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I can't unthink it now. It's there.
I am the glow of a newborn soul. I am the calm of a returning soul. I am the guiding spirit. Okay, use...
Oh, man, I saw Wobblies and Wizards, Where the Gift of Dragons. I thought it was a new game, but no. It is an essay explaining to people that you should get away from wizards because they'll trap you as a creator. You know, this, okay, it's cool, but I don't want to watch this. I thought I was getting a game! Yeah, I'm angry. They tricked me. Oh.
Finally!
It's finally over? You can finally just beat things up with your fist?
No, I'm saying that because of... I've been wondering where the heck this has been for, like, the last 7 dungeons.
I'm right here.
Now we get to shoot this on the middle orc.
Okay.
Which means we get to fight 2 Magnetoroduses.
What's this?
This isn't really a boss fight, but okay.
Stick and move. By the time you notice, it's already gone. Oh, this is nice.
Well, part of it's also that I try and like making concepts that can help like build plot lines.
Build plotline. I want to have a generic fantasy anime that I can run for a bit, that it falls apart because we're all going to leave.
You know I'm not going to leave.
Well, okay, so you and Will probably be around
Time
for
to change
a while, but if I bring in more people, they're probably got ducked out. But at some point, either A, my schedule is gonna change, I'll have to join this, or B, I get overwhelmed by making all the NPCs, and I have to go. I mean, if you're fine with just fighting the stats and firing generic stats, cool, but I'm looking at maybe 7. at most before something else comes along and we do that.
Fair enough. You.
Let's be honest with you. Yeah, that, I mean, maybe I should just drop the whole isekai thing and focus on you, maybe like one isekai, focus on against
Forget about high
the hell plot and just doing that. Because
We're slacking off.
7 sessions
It is time to
isn't
end this.
that much.
7 sessions isn't that much of a.
Psyched and ready.
But depending on if things go well.
Depending
And, you
on
know.
if things go well. I didn't hear anything between those 2 lines.
Okay, I might be able to pan it out to 10 or 11 sessions if things go well and Will is really interested and the other players are really interested. But so far, it feels like you're the one who's really investing in it, and
I try and
Will's not
invest
gonna
in
get into
everything!
I know, but when you actually play the system,
Go.
it might be a turnoff for some people. It looks really cool, but the thing with Corey, I fought with him.
Over the fact
combat.
that body doesn't add
No,
to your...
not over combat. I mean, we had battles. Me and him. And the damage is always the same. They found that boring, especially when
Psyched and ready.
like Phaser. If you play Phaser with just one player character, one hero, and some NPCs, the combat's kind of boring because it's like, okay, he does this set damage and you do that set damage,
Yeah.
and there's no one really interrupting it. And you know, I made stuff for him. I was making stuff. He didn't like it.
I
He's
can,
not anime.
I can tell.
I gave him like, I made him a Shadow Warrior, and I took him from this other fucking. First it started with 3rd edition, which had a lot more points than this edition, because they made all the little details and fiddly bits. But then 4th edition came out, and I switched to that because it's a lot less point work overall. But yeah, he's all like, boo. I made a guy for him because he didn't want to make anything, so I made a detective who became a Shadow Warrior. And he was discovering the Isekai plot, and then it was boring because it was just me and him. It's like kind of dull, and he didn't much care about. He didn't fucking well, we get for the Sun guy, Slow Life guy, the Dragon Warrior guy. I had to sit there and explain everything to him. Then at one point, I hired on 2 other guys to come play with us. They showed up for 1 session, and then everything just over.
Ouch.
Because the character building was probably the most intense part they did. The actual show wasn't, or plot or game wasn't that.
I couldn't tell because of it's a system that's very fiddly with how you build your character, but it's not very streamlined because of it basically tells you you have all these options to build with. It ends up being...
Did you read? Not the actual stats or character creation, but character what? Like how to play the game and shit like that. It tells you this is an effect system. It is broken. You need to have a very strong concept in mind, and then assign things to that make sense, then talk it over with the GM. The GM, before we build anything, is supposed to sit down with you, go over the setting, what characters he expects, what you expect, like we're doing now, and make a game together. You're supposed to have session 0 are super important in Bezel. You can't really do session 0 with Roll 20.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it with you, and we're just gonna latch on to you. What you decide, well, not just mostly you. Will don't care. He'll just show up and play anything. And that's the problem. There's like 0 feedback from him.
Yeah.
He's more excited about playing Fleet and then anything, and I think he's just showing up this to be polite.
Sorry if that hurt.
Yeah. But So the other two guys, they gave me a lot of feedback of what they wanted, and I could build plot lines around them. But I'm like, bro, you just want to fight demons. This has nothing to do with the isekai.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm thinking, maybe the isekai thing is probably bad, because everyone wants to fight demons. Sure, fine.
Well, it's also that
The air itself is blown away.
I feel like the way Besm works,
I can now
for
see the
Assassin
road to our
Zero, you kind of don't have to. You can't have a plot built in mind already. You have to build your plot around your players, which is a bit of a problem.
God,
on a-
yes, you do. Yeah, which is the problem with Roll20.
Yeah.
I mean, OVA is supposed to be kind of like that.
But
But
Ova's more
you
flexible.
It's more flexible and there's a lot less mapping. You can just say, okay, here's the concept for the players. Come do this. I mean, if I started out with this, instead of the Isekai plot, I could have just said, okay, you're all working with the Seraphic Knights to stop these guys in the cars. Maybe I should have just started with that, because that...
It's generic
Ooh.
enough that you can fit anything else.
Yeah, and I don't need to have all the gate demons and all the gate guardians and all this other stuff. I mean, yes, I'm using the multiverse setting, and yes, you have to look at it, but it's just like, I don't want to use my own setting in my head where people can't read it, because that always leads to bad results with this.
Yeah.
I like using established settings or established anime. Like in OVA, I told you the story about how I had a dog, a princess, a Power Ranger, and a guy in a mech. In Bezom, I made my own setting that was multiverse, but I didn't use this established setting or anime. I had one guy who was Washu, one guy who was a space marine, a fucking space marine from Warhammer 40k, one guy with multiple personality disorder who came from the labyrinth of Derek the Labyrinth Goblins, and if he failed the spell check, boulders would come out. And
You can run, but you can't hide.
I can't even remember what the last one guy was, like some sort of ninja that had multiple personalities, but he wanted to control each personality. I'm like, bro, no, multiple personality means I control the character. The first time he wanted to be a pony. A My Little Pony, actual pony, Alicorn Princess. First he wanted a harem. I said no to the harem. They brought up the pony. I said yes to the pony, and I actually marathoned the first 2 seasons of My Little Pony to watch his jaw drop when I corrected him how ponies were. But, yeah. But,
Okay.
great God, I ran that, and you could see how very diverse and clusterfucky the game is unless you have a set setting. That's why I'm like, okay, you can't have guns or technology. You're guys in a car. You get elf, dwarf, human, but it has to be a fantasy thing, and you can't do other stuff. And even with that, I had people trying to bring in guns. And I'm like, Will's guy, you know what, fuck it, Will. It would be easier if I just handed you an assault rifle instead of a repeating crossbow. But I didn't do that. I stuck to my theme. But yeah, it's just, ooh.
I feel wonderful.
I have to get out of here and start writing and doing important things. So we're going with the first plot. We're going with you encounter someone who seems to be a problem, and they're secretly sent by the demons, and then when you defeat them, they find out you're there, and we're gonna go launch into the whole Baramet plot. And what's your character's name?
Beretta.
Beretta. And I weep at the lack of male protagonists in my game. There, I said it. Oh well. I guess I'll have to make my own male protagonist and put him in there as a side piece.
I'm like, why are you... What?
I never get a guy to be the fucking main character of anything I run lately. It's always some girl. That's just me being annoyed. Because I can't project myself onto the guy and be cool. It's like watching anime. I'm more interested when there's like a male main character than a female, because I can't project myself and live vicariously through them, the female character. I tried, it's weird. Don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of animes with female main characters, but you know, I'm garbage James there. I admit it.
Back in action.
I like garbage anime. I like watching garbage stuff, power fantasies and shit like that. But yeah, I'm garbage. My exit stage right.
Oh my goodness.
The 130. I gotta get to one.
This is going to take forever.
I already got my fucking 5 Fortress Deep game set up. Like, literally, it's like, oh, they make a character. So here's the first dungeon. Here's the overworld map. And now I just wait. I'm like, okay. Thank you, Watsy.
That hurt.
Well, not Watsy, but I had all these pre-made dungeons in fucking Roll20. And 5 Torches, well, it's based on 5e, so I just convert. I don't really convert anything. I just swap out some stat blocks and some of the monsters and I'm done. Exit stage.
Alright. Bye. Alright, back to this dang boss who's gonna take forever to take down.
All part of our strategy.
Thank you! Oh my goodness, this is gonna take forever. Weak to wind. Absorbs earth. Great!
Reversing attributes.
Yes!
Now you can fight again. I feel wonderful.
That was a stupid amount of healing.
This.
Blow them away, my tornado. I swear by my arm.
Something just does not feel right here. That's better.
This.
Let me show you how stubborn I can be.
I heal.
I feel wonderful.
130.
Yourselves.
Will's still asleep. Or in essence asleep. Like, how is he still asleep? No, just use the high vortex. Why are you doing so much less damage in comparison? Huh.
Here I go.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't even really do that much.
ready.
Move down. Fragile. Lay change. Oh, great.
Use your brains out here.
Great.
Do not hurt yourselves. Time to change our view.
Changing.
I'll never let up. Gotcha.
Ground tremor. That did paltry damage. Dean is not crit in like 10 rounds. What? Avril died.
Go on.
Stormblade again. Revive. Interesting. Mega Berry.
I feel wonderful.
Whip Arm.
Go easy on a girl, will ya?
Ah, she doesn't have the 100 MP one yet. Well, 100 FP.
We gotta protect everyone. Meteor drive.
Heal.
I feel wonderful.
Hmm?
We have to keep pushing.
Move down.
Target in sight.
Fragile. Lay change. Please do not use lay change right after this. Please. Okay, uses gather. That's good. That's fine. That's great.
Use your brains out here.
High vortex.
Watch this. Target in sight.
Will this do more damage though? Yes, it does.
I'll never let up. How about this?
I can't believe I'm literally burning through high.
Before they get you.
vortexes. And yet that dealt more damage than one of his attacks. And lay change.
We gotta protect everyone.
Really? That was pathetic.
I'm still standing.
Find a start.
Here we go.
Why is she doing so much damage?
That should be the best position.
Fire.
Bingo!
Whip arm.
Go easy on the girl, will ya?
Here we go.
Chapapanga.
Do this in style.
And down. And wait for the summon sequence to finish. Got a second castle wall. That's actually pretty nice. And I'm going to take off this blanket. In a reflex apple.
Let's keep moving.
Wrong headphones. No level ups though. Of course not. Phew, you're all safe. Now we just have to take out the circuit controlling the tower. Though we may have to get through the enemy's boss to do it. Avril, what kind of a person is Volsung anyway? Excuse me. He is the only one who succeeded in waking me from my cold sleep. Many others had applied their best technical knowledge, but none were able to succeed. Really? You mean if Volsung hadn't come along, you might still be sleeping? I had no idea how long I would have to sleep after all. So heavy protection was placed on the cold sleep chamber. In addition, technology of the present day is not quite as advanced as that of 12,000 years ago. Current technology is capable of repairing devices from that era, but not recreating them. But Volsung was able to get through all that, right? So he's not just powerful enough to become the leader of the Varuni, he's skilled technologically as well. Exactly, we cannot underestimate him. There is also one thing that concerns me. What is it? Well, the 4 Varuni we fought at the other towers were the 4 Sentinels, Volsung's lieutenants. But we defeated all of them, and the towers are no longer functional. Yeah, though they sure gave us a hard time. Some of them did. Others folded like a like a bunch of potatoes. Excuse me. But it feels wrong for Volsung, almost as if he went easy on us. After all, he didn't hesitate to use the darkness tier, despite its cost to his own people. But in the end, we defeated all 4 of the Sentinels. It's almost as though he deliberately spread them out, intending us to defeat them. What? Didn't he just underestimate us? Volsung did not become leader of the Varuni through power alone. His intellect is just as sharp. Even if he had underestimated us, he could have changed his strategy once the first tower fell. Well, yeah, I guess. But why would he do something like that? Let the Sentinels be defeated, I mean. Yeah, I'm sure he could have found other uses for them. Or maybe he didn't have any other use for them and that's why he let us defeat them. Seems like the only reasonable explanation for me. No other use for them. Then what's Volsung planning? That I'm afraid I don't know. And not to confuse you, but I may not be correct in suggesting that he deliberately separated the Sentinels. But I do think it's best that we be careful, whatever Volsung may be planning. Yeah, I guess we'd better not rush around here. Alright. So, we have a few goodies. First off, save point. Second off, order. Dean with Greg, Avril with Rebecca. And now's Soul Niger number 25. So first off, open this chest, we get the Exodus Orb. Returns the user to the entrance of a dungeon. Apparently this crystal is the point of no return. If I touch it, we go into the final section of the game. There's no way back after that.
This is all part of the plan.
And I kinda don't want to do that. Hey, there it goes. Yes, purify the Soul Niger. Bam, bam.
Here I come!
We have to keep pushing.
Oh, there's three of them. 11,500, that's 36,000 minus 1,500, that's 34,500. Nah, I'm not gonna use a lucky card on this. Move up.
Footwork is everything.
Steal.
Don't just stand there, you'll get robbed.
Weak to wind, weak to wind, weak to wind.
Think you can catch up with me?
I just realized I don't have anyone that can freaking lay change right now.
Don't be shy now.
I hope these guys can go ahead and do lay chains themselves. Nope!
Let's go!
Attack! Missed.
Footwork is everything!
Steal from
Don't
you.
get
Got a
caught.
second level apple.
Special shots coming right up!
Ready to see the afterlife?
Okay, yeah, this is still
Here's a
worth
flash
it.
freeze for ya.
Why did that have no effect?
We're not going to lose this. Watch your enemy range.
Go, go, go!
Steal from C now. That's a third level apple. Bonk. Fragile on A.
Thank you for everything you've got!
Heavy Crush. 7,300. And another 7,000.
Let's go!
1,400 miss.
Who's next?
Critical hit rate feels very, very inconsistent at times.
Easy on the girl, will ya?
Hmm? Heavy Crush. Okay. Rebecca's dead. Oh, Rebecca didn't die. Never mind.
Gotta have guts.
I'll crush with all I got. I'll freeze every single piece of you.
Heavy Crush. Just shoot the second Soul Niger B. Move up. Fragile on Soul Niger C.
Ready to see
Heavy
the
Crush
afterlife?
on C.
Here's a little flash freeze for ya.
I also love Greg's voice
Here's
lines.
a little flash freeze for ya.
Whoop.
You'll pay for that.
Right over there!
Slowly walk up.
That should be the best position.
Bang.
Go, go, go!
Let's just fragile on this hex.
Be totally defenseless!
Give me all you got.
Let's just heavy Crush on C, so that way we get rid of him from the order, because of Stoutful, he'll block both of these. Yep. Ew.
Let's do this!
Finest art!
Time to settle this! Let's go!
effect. Blocker, no effect.
Right over there!
I'll stamp out each and every one of you.
Heavy crush. Dual cast. Bam, bam, bam. Fragile.
Here we go!
Can I? Yes, I can. We're finishing it with another Chapapanga. Bow, 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 bow. And there goes the Soul Niger. Level Apple.
Well, what should I do now?
Level up for everyone. Ping. Now save. Now we can get up here without having to worry about encounters. Yay! Exodus Orb. Exit to the field. And now we're at a really weird point. Because of the next major side quest, which doesn't involve going back into the dungeons. Actually, wait.
Asgard, you're the best!
Item, teleport orb. It's time to finally go ahead and do the first dual sign boss. Head in. Turn off encounters. They aren't really needed in here anyways. Head through. Ah, crud. Well, it looks like we are not taking the fast path to the bonus boss.
Yeah, there! Yup. Yeah, yup.
That's one of the problems with this, is with Mount Chug Chug in particular. It remembers the position of the mine, of the elevators. I thought there was a save point over here. Uh-oh. Seems like we'll be having to do this the very long way then. Because going that way is just a little one-room passage. We have to go all the way down. Great. Because if I came back here at one point thinking that I could activate that when I had the power shot, I couldn't. This music reminds me a lot of Phendrana Drifts. Like a stupid amount. Yes, we have to head all the way back. I find it annoying, but hey. Like, where in the world is the save point in here?
Let's look at the map.
Ah, that's a little one-way, one-room passage.
Let's look at the map.
And the upper path goes to the other way that leads to the other side of that little pit. So we need to head this way.
Let's look at the map.
Getting really sick and tired of hearing that voice line. I'm trying to find the name of this thing. I don't even know what this thing's called. Because this is where you access the dang thing. Slightly annoyed by the fact that you have to do this whole, like, roundabout thing in order to get here. In case you screwed up at one point. And it's time. For K Sarah.
Stay calm. We gotta protect everyone.
Level 83. Full revives are stealable. Weak to water and earth. These guys don't look so bad. Item steal.
Finders keepers. Jackpot.
Okay, Sarah. Sarah.
I'm still standing.
Ow.
I'm just fine.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, this is kind of a pain here.
Feeling great. That should be the best position.
High heel.
I'll never let up.
Why'd I do that? Steal from B.
Finders keepers. Ooh, this is nice.
Alright, that wasn't that bad.
Sorry.
Rebecca died. Craig died.
Back in action. Can't let this beat us.
Alright, so.
Oh, derp. Hi, Seth.
You're supposed to be hanging out with fucking the other Chris in an hour, being all cool with them. What you doing here, kid?
I started streaming earlier, and I wanted to do at least attempt one of the dual sign bosses.
I know what you're doing here. That's not a real question. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay, thank you. I'm like,
Hey, yeah, I just like, I tried to put it in a funny voice and make it sound like it wasn't a real question, but I'm sorry. My acting skills aren't that deep. Alright, so. Did you beat that horrible dungeon yet?
yes.
Alright, any more existential puzzles about lakes and fire? No? Is that your guy or the other guy dancing with an umbrella?
That's the enemies. These are actually one of the many optional bosses.
Balls. It looks like the Mad Hatter had an acid trip and took out an umbrella, or a cross between, Goblin and the Mad Hatter. No, Goblin and Willy Wonka. Look at that. Gene Wilder with a bad makeup reaction.
And this is why I love people coming in to comment on stuff.
I forgot how zany fucking some of their character, the monster art was. Who's doing that? Hi, Jeff. That'd be Seth. But yeah, Seth came over to visit. Good for him.
We're not going to lose this.
You know what? Lucky card.
You can do it. I get spanked by an umbrella. That's so embarrassing.
Let me show you how stubborn I can be.
Heal.
Now you can fight again.
Nope. I really need this guy to move off the freaking Earth Hex.
Go knock him off the Earth Hex or use something to push him.
I
I
don't
mean, target him
have
first with your
anything.
attack.
Who's next?
Well, then target him first with your attacks and kill him, guys. That's all there is to it. It's not that hard. Just kill the guy.
Just kill him.
Don't take this too seriously, you hear?
Ah! You need to be on that hex. You won't move. Just kill him. Then take the hex.
Think you can catch up with me?
Move.
What next? Watch your
Heal.
enemy range. Before they get you.
Moves on to wind.
Go easy on the girl, will ya?
Moves over. Bonk. Rebecca died again.
I'm
You're really bad at this. Alright.
Well, it's also that I'm not very optimized. This is my first playthrough. And
No, there's no excuse. You're getting beat up by 3 Willy Wonkas and you haven't actually put out 1 attack yet. Oy, oy, oy. What is your strategy here? Keep healing until they move off the Earth X?
well, I have been actually attacking them, just not that much because of... Note how little damage I do because of... Again, they're level 83 enemies. These are
Oh,
one of
level
the
80.
many super bosses.
Willy Wonka is a super boss.
Yes.
I guess that's the shit. And no, you can't have a Mega Berry and Besom Forth. Your healing level ain't that high. So when Will gets here, I'm gonna ambush him with 1,000 questions, but I doubt he's coming.
I know.
He's off having coffee and
Yes!
a few girls.
Let me show you how
Jump.
stubborn I can be.
I heal. Fragile. Wind.
Let me
How's that
teach you.
lower his defense?
That lowers his defense, but heavy crush. And repeat.
Stay down. You look good on the ground there.
Oh, that feels so good. After like 4 rounds of me being like, oh no, oh no, oh no. I think Rebecca might be dead here. Yep, Rebecca's dead.
Might get a TPK on this, bro.
Nah.
Yo. I told everyone else that one guy called me a nigger. They're like, yeah, you probably should have kicked him right then and there. I'm like, yeah. Oh, well, first world problems. It's a skill issue. I had fucking.
I'll crush with all I
It's a skill issue. I'm like, what the hell? You're supposed to be the hero, not these guys. What do you call them? A skill issue. Get out of here. I think my problem was having a weird concept. I should have kept this simple.
Yeah, it is a weird concept.
Stay down. You look good on the
Because
ground.
of you, Jimmy Jam. I watched too many weird concepts, and now I just want to do something weird, and people don't like weird concepts. They want it simple.
Go easy on the girl, will ya?
Uh-oh, this might KO Rebecca. No, that KO'd everyone! Well, I'm actually going to end things here for now, mainly because of Papa Bear's game is in 50 minutes, and I don't want to get caught up in something in this that will eat up my time. So, thank you for coming, Seth, even if no one else is here.
Always a pleasure, James.
Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my work. And please do share my content and join the Discord. It really does help me out. Follow me here on Twitch and on Facebook. Don't work on board the Starship. Help you and have a hero, villain, or NPC. I open all our games.